Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Shri Ram Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram 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 Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
Jai.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
Jai.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. We were seeing yesterday that Ramayana is the most famous story in the world, and that is why even after so many years the story is still alive. Everybody likes to listen, everybody likes to tell, and even after so many iterations, so many times we have heard, we are never bored of that story. Actually, we know what is going to happen in the story, isn't it? There is no surprise element now in Ramayana that, oh, today what is going to happen? What? Instead of Sita ji, Ravana is going to kidnap Sri Rama. That is not going to happen. We know who is going to get kidnapped, what is going to happen, and then what will happen. We know everything. Still, we like to listen to that story. That shows the depth of that charitra. That even after so many times listening, we still want to listen. And you see, very interestingly, any story that you make or anything that you create, you will have certain audience in your mind. That okay, I am making this for this kind of audience. Whether you are making a movie, whether you are going to set up a drama. Now, when you write a book, even that is meant for a particular audience, but you are not always sure whether the same audience will read it, whether the same audience will watch it. Therefore, many times what happens, the story that is told either through visual medium or through words remains to a particular set of people. Isn't it? Let me give you an example. Shakespearean drama. Okay? We all have heard about Shakespearean drama. We have not seen probably that drama. And even if we see, we may not understand what is happening. But those who are, very gone into the depth of it and they study it like a subject, then for them, that drama holds a very special position. Isn't it true? Same thing is true for all art forms. See, dance, for example. Indian classical dance. So many types are there. We all may watch, but we may not understand what they are doing. Bharatanatyam, Mohiniyattam, etc. They will do different mudras. If you don't know what those mudras mean, then you will not understand. No, but if you know what they mean, then you will have more enjoyment. Isn't it? Then they will tell this is a lotus. When they show like this is Sri Rama. When they show like this is Krishna. Wait, basic things you may know. But all the, deeper meaning of each one, if you know, you will enjoy. Otherwise, some movement is happening, and if you know the artist, then you will enjoy. You see, because you know the artist, and therefore you are saying, it's connection. It's like when parents go for their children's annual day function, no, because you have no idea what song is being played. My son is dancing, my daughter is dancing. That is more important. So what we see in most of the art forms or most of the things is only a set of people enjoy. But we see Ramachandraji's Charitra, especially the Ramacharitmanas, Tulsidas Ji's Ramacharitmanas, which we are studying, why it is so popular everywhere? Tulsidas Ji himself has answered it. In one place he says, Buddha Vishrama Sakala Jana Ranjani Rama Katha Kali Kalusha Vibhanjini. Says this Rama Katha, he is talking about entire Rama Katha, but we can apply it to Ramacharitmanas also. He says Rama Katha, why everybody likes it? Because Buddha Vishrama. Those who are very knowledgeable people, very wise people, critically they think. For them, Rama Katha is like Vishram. They take delight in Rama Katha. And then there are other people who are not that much, thinking type of people. Sakala Jana Ranjani. But the same Ramakatha entertains all people. In movie, etc., it is very difficult. One kind of audience is there, no, they want logic in everything. Isn't it? And then they will say, you see, if you are going to tell something later, you should give, hints throughout. You can't suddenly surprise me at the end. There should be some logic. Yes, but it should trigger me a little bit. Now, if such people go to watch certain South Indian movies, especially of Rajnikant, etc., which we grew up watching, they won't enjoy. Why? There is no logic. No, but my point is, why are you going with expectation that there should be logic? That's your fault. And then they will go on, how can one person fight with 50 people? Oh, why not? No, it should be real. But if it should be real, then it is real life. A movie is not real. Why don't you go with that understanding? So such intellectual people, no, they will not understand. They will not enjoy that. They will say, oh, what is this? But Sakala Jana Ranjani is there or not? Oh, general audience, they enjoy. isn't it? And Rajnikant catches all the bullets, make a bomb with it and throws. There is a fun in it. You can't expect, no. You can always create something for one kind of audience. You must see another kind of cinema is there. They used to call it parallel cinema. Very technically made, angle of, camera and, some deeper meaning they want to show, and they will use the color gradation and everything like that. Common man goes there and says, what is this movie? What is this? There is no song. There should be song, no? Means hero, heroine meet, cut to, they go to Himalayas or they are on the seashore or desert, somewhere with 50 background dancers who nobody looks at, but they should be there with color, nice. It depends on what kind of audience you have. It's not that everything is meant for everyone, except, you see, Ramakatha here. Why? Buddha Vishrama Sakala Janaranjani. There is something for everyone. And not something for everyone, there is a great thing for everyone. Why? Ramakatha Kali Kalusha Vibhanjini. It is the one that destroys the Kalusha. Kalusha is the sins, the impurities of Kali Yuga. And that is why this Ramacharitra is so famous. We saw there are so many types of Ramayana, so many people have written. In Sanskrit itself, so many Ramayanas are there. In vernacular, other languages, Ramayanas are there. In all of them, Tulsidas Ji's Ramacharitmanas holds a very special position. In the first session, we also saw just brief charitra of Tulsidas Ji also, where he was born and when and how he grew up, etc., etc. We have seen that also. Now let us go into the text little, but before that little bit. Why? Before you study any text, you must know Anubandha Chatushtaya. Ved Ji, Bhakti Grantha, why you want to do? No, you see, whether Bhakti Grantha or what, Anubandha Chatushtaya should be known. Anubandha Chatushtaya means what? The four things that you must know about the text. Correct, no? Not Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatsam. What is Ved Ji, Sadhana Chatushtaya, that is 3 months over, now we know the basics. Okay, fine. Anubandha Chatushtaya is fourfold considerations about the text. Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha and Prayojana. Who is Adhikari? Who is eligible to study this text? Everyone. Everyone is eligible to study this text. Okay? This is not a Vedanta Grantha where you have to say Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari should be there. Nothing like that. Bhakti allows everyone. Open entry for all. Free. However, if you have devotion in your heart, then you will gain a lot from the text. Otherwise also you can study the text. There is no denying you right of studying. Nothing like that. But if you have that love, if you are Rama Bhakta, then you will have so much of delight in this text. Adhikari. Vishaya, everybody knows. Ramacharitra is the Vishaya. The Vishaya is the story of Sri Rama. Sambandha, Bodhya Bodhaka Sambandha, same only. Bodhya Bodhaka Bhava Sambandha. The text is going to explain what you want to know. Ramacharitra you want to know, the text is going to explain that. Bodhya Bodhaka Sambandha. And Prayojana we saw yesterday. Tulsidas Ji himself has given what is the Prayojana of writing this. Remember? First Prayojana he said is Nijagira Pavana Karana Karana Rama Jasa Tulsi Gayo. He says, I am singing this glory of Sri Rama. Why? So that my speech will be purified. Then he said, More mana prabodha jai hoi. I am doing it so that my intellect will be enlightened. Then he said, Priya lagahu mohiram. Oh, I am doing it so that I gain that devotion for Bhagavan Sri Rama. And another prayojan he has given is Swanta Sukhaya. I am doing it why? So that I can revel in my own self. Swanta Sukhaya Tulasi Raghunatha Gatha Bhasha Anubandha Matimanjula Matanoti. We'll be seeing that sloka also. So this is the purpose. Now remember, if this is the purpose with which Tulsidas Ji is writing Ramacharitamanas, then we also must study for this purpose. then we will exactly go where he wants us to take. Isn't it? Why should we study this? So that my speech will be purified, my mind will start to love, my intellect will become enlightened, and I will revel in the self. So on all levels, I will get what is required for me. And that is why I must study this Ramacharitamanas. Now this Ramacharitmanas, like Valmiki Ramayana, has 7 sections. Each is called as Kanda. Same 7 sections which are there in Valmiki Ramayana also. Bala Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranya Kanda, Kishkindha Kanda, Sundara Kanda, Lanka Kanda or Yuddha Kanda. 2 names are there for the same one, Lanka Kanda or Yuddha Kanda. And last one is called as Uttar Kanda. Valmiki Ramayana also has 7 sections. Ramacharitmanas also has 7 sections. Right. Now you will see here, there are different types of chandas, vrittas that are used in Ramacharitmanas. Okay. First one is called as shloka. Okay, shloka. It will be written as shloka. Sanskrit, it will be in Sanskrit, and invocation verses will be there at the beginning of every kanda. So if you see your book, before Bala Kanda, there are 7 shlokas, 7 verses are there in Sanskrit. Then Ayodhya Kanda, if you see, again there will be 3 shlokas. Third one is what we chant in the beginning, Nilambuja Shamala Komalangam, etc. So first kind of meter used in Ramacharitmanas is this shloka, which is in Sanskrit. Not that the meter is shloka, the meter can be many sub-meters are there. Shloka is where Anushtup Chanda is there and that particular arrangement is there, that is called a shloka meter. There are other meters also, but he has named it as shloka. Then you will see there is something written as so dot. Can you open and see? After the 7 shlokas, the next portion that starts is written as so dot. That is called as sortha. Sortha. Jo sumirata siddhi hoi, gananayaka karibara badana, karau anugraha soi, buddhirasi subhaguna sadana. This is 1 meter, sortha. Then you will see, which is not written in bold, there will be another meter which is called as chopai. Chopai literally also means that which has 4 legs. Chopai. Khat also is called as, bed also is called as chopai. Chopai has got 4. So 4 line quadrants, 4 line. So you will see here, after those 5 sorthas, you will see Bandau Guru Pada Paduma Paraga Suruchi Subasa Sarasa Nuraga Amiyamuri Maya Churana Charu Samana Sakala Bhava Ruja Parivaru. Here one chopa is over. Okay. So 4, 4, 4 will be there. In each one there will be 8 matras. All these are matra chandas. Okay. Except the Sanskrit portion, all other are in Avadhi and all of them are matra. Based on matra, not based on aksharas. You remember earlier we had seen akshara chanda and matra chanda. So they are matra. So the time taken by each syllable, based on that there is this chopai. Okay. 8 matras in each. And then therefore there will be 4 lines, and then there will be. Then there is something called as do dot. Can you see next one? Doha. Doha. Jatha suanjana anjidruga sadhaka siddha sujana kautuka dekhata sailabana bhutala bhuri nidhana. So there will be doha. This doha is to separate chopais. Okay, so there will be lot of chopais, then one doha will come, again chopais will start, then again doha will come, then again chopai will start. This is there. Okay, now this doha and sortha, they both are 2 line couplets. Okay, so you will see there is one line at the end of the first line and then the doha is over. Same way for sortha also. Whereas in chaupai, within one line there are two and then there are two. So 4-line quadrants. Whereas doha and sortha are two-line couplets. That's why they are called as couplets. Quatrains means chaupai, couplets, either doha or sortha. And these doha and sortha are also very interesting. They have similar matras, but the break is different. So their matra composition will be 13 matras, 11 matras, 13 matras, 11 matras for doha. For sortha it will be 11, 13, 11, 13. That's the only difference. 13, 11, 13, 11 or 11, 13, 11, 13. Okay, in doha and sortha. And that's why tune will not change. But the break has to be different. Why? Because lesser are there. So we have to increase. The tune is little bit has to be extended. So sortha jo sumirata siddhi hoi gananayaka karibarabadana. So 11 and 13. Whereas in doha jatha suvanjana anjidruga 13 and then comes 11 matras. So that also is there. Mostly in entire Ramacharitmanas, chopais are maximum. Okay, maximum used is chopai. Second is doha. Okay, second most used. Then sortha. Okay, and then something will be there which is called as chanda. Cha dot will be there. Cha dot. It will be after 9th doha, before 10th doha. Can you see? Cham dot. That is called as chanda. Now this chanda is very interesting because this is, Tulsidas Ji is just telling that this is in different meter. Chanda itself means meter, so there is no special meter. There are so many types will be there within this chanda. Okay. Mangalacharan Kalimalaharani Tulasi Katha Raghunath ki Gatikura Kabita Sarita ki jo Sarita Pavana Pataki Prabhu Sujas Sangati Bhaniti Bhali ho I Sajjan Manabhavani Bhava Anga Bhuti Masana ki Sumirata Suhavani Pavani. There will be different kinds of chandas will be there. Okay. Tomara chanda will be there, Totaka chanda will be there, Harigitika will be there, Chopaya will be there, Tribhangi will be there, and different types will be there. Okay, and different sections. Some with 12 matras, some with 28 matras, 30 matras, 32 matras, longer also. So all of them will have their own tunes. Okay, but all of them will come under one chanda. Don't worry about all these details. Understand, as we go forward, as we see the examples, I will tell you what is happening there. Okay, all of them are matra. Okay, very beautiful. And our, we are so lucky. Pujya Guruji has put tune for so many, for the entire Ramacharitmanas, different according to the bhava, according to rasa that is supposed to come. He has chosen the raga and then put tunes. So you will see when it goes. So these are the types of verses. Chandas, I will just give you example. Tomara chanda is there. Taba chale bana karal tararararararara tarararararara. That is one. Totaka is there. Jaya Rama Rama Ramanam Charanam tarararararararara. That is one more type which will be there. Then the one that we saw. Chikkarahi diggaja dhola mahikiri tarararararara tararararararara tararararararara. Harigitika. This is called Harigitika Chandas. Then there will be Chaupaya will be there. Jaya Jaya Suranayaka Jana Sukhadayaka Pranata Pala Bhagavanta tarararararararara. Bhagavan's Janma time also will be there. This kind of meter will be there. And the biggest, longest meter used is Tribhangi. 32 matras in each pada. परसत पद पावन शोकन सावन तारा Beautiful. Bhairavi, I think. Must be Bhairavi. So there are these different types of chandas are also there. Shloka is in Sanskrit. That is how we are starting. Then Chopai, Sortha, Doha and Chandas. Okay. Now let us start with the first Kanda, Bala Kanda. Mangalacharan it starts with 7 shlokas are there. I'll chant, please repeat. Varnanam artha sanghanam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam cha kartaro
Mangalanam cha kartaro
Vande Vani Vinayakau.
Vande Vani Vinayakau.
Together. Varnanam artha sanghanam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam cha kartaro Vande Vani Vinayakau. Mangalacharan starts, Tulsidas Ji starts like any other text, in our Indian literature starts with salutations. Varnanam, artha sanghanam, rasanam, chandasam, api mangalanam cha kartarau, vani vinayakau vande. Vande, aham vande, I salute, I prostrate. Whom are you prostrating? Vani vinayakau vande. I am saluting to Vani, Saraswati and Vinayaka Ganesha. So Ganesh Ji and Saraswati Ji I am prostrating to first. Why? Kartarau, because both of them are creators. They are the doers. Doers of what? The rest of the verse is about that. Varnanam kartarau, arthasanghanam kartarau, rasanam kartarau, chandasam kartarau, mangalanam cha kartaro. So aham Vani Vinayako Vande. And that Vani Vinayako Visheshana is kartaro. Dvivachana. 2 of them. I am saluting whom? Ganesh Ji and Saraswati. So 2 of them I am saluting, therefore Dvivachana. So kartaro also will be in Dvivachana. Now that kartaro, karta, doers, creators of what? The rest of the verse explains that what, of what. Of what? Varnanam. Of varnas, of varna. Varna means syllables, letters. Letters, A, I, all of them. Swaras, Vyanjanas. Varnas are created by both of them. Artha sanghanam. Artha means meaning. Artha sangha, group of meaning. What it means is, when letters come together, they form word. Correct? But any combination of letters cannot be called as word unless there is some meaning to it. So what makes a word is the meaning. And that's why though the composites, what are words made up of? Words are made up of letters. But any letter in any order cannot be joined together to form any word. The word will be called as word when there is meaning to it. So, Bhagavan Ganesh Ji and Saraswati, they create the letters. Then when the letters are joined together to give meaning, then that word, that is also, those meanings are also brought in, are created by both of them. Very good. Rasanam. Then they are the creators of rasa. What rasa we are talking about? Navarasa generally they speak of. Shringara rasa, Veera rasa, Karuna rasa, Hasya rasa, Raudra rasa. Bhayanaka rasa, Bibhatsa rasa, Adbhuta rasa, Shanta rasa, Navarasa they speak of. What are these rasas? When certain thing is said, there has to be this rasa which will be generated in the heart of the listener, in the heart of the reader, in the heart of the watcher, in the audience. So these are 9 rasas. Madhusudan Saraswati Ji says there are 10 rasas. 10th rasa he says is a Bhakti rasa. After these 9 there is one more. But Navarasa is very famous. Kavyam, what is that? Vakyam rasatmakam kavyam. Otherwise it is just plain, some sentences are there. But when it is yukta, it is made with that rasa. That rasa nishpatti is the purpose. Then that piece of literature is called as kavya. What you see, kavya many times is misunderstood word. We always think kavya means poetry, means has to be in a proper meter. In Sanskrit, that compulsion is not there. Kavya can be in prose also. What makes a poetry, kavya is when it creates a particular rasa. Vakyas that create rasa will become kavya. Vakya, kavya, there is, can you see vakya, kavya, there is jumbling of letters only. When that rasa is created. So, letters are there, letters have come together to form words, the word has to have a meaning. Now those words come together to form sentence, but that sentence has to create rasa. And then going forward, if it is in prose, if it is in poetry form, then there should be proper meter, chandasamapi. Chandas means prosody meter. Now, first I am prostrating to Ganesha and Saraswati. Why? Because they are adhara for all these. They create letters also, they create meaning also, they create rasa also, and they create meters also. And what work am I starting? Tulsidas Ji says, I am starting to write a kavya. I will need all these things. Letters should be there correctly, meaningful words should be there. Those meaningful words should come together to create rasa, and all of them should be arranged in proper meter. All of them will come from Ganesha and Saraswati, and therefore I prostrate to both of them first. Very nice. Varnanam, arthasanghanam, rasanam, chandasamapi. Very good. Now what? Mangalanam cha kartaro. That is the most important. What? Okay, you can have good letters and good meaningful words and very nice, beautiful poetry also can come, which will create a particular rasa in a particular meter. It can be there, but the entire poetry should bring auspiciousness. Then that poetry becomes meaningful. Isn't it true? The poetry that is not used to describe Bhagavan is of no use. No, Vedji, what do you mean? A fact. You have got a skill, you have got a special talent. If you are not using that talent for Bhagavan, that talent is of no use. You can sing very well, but you are not singing for Bhagavan, then waste. You can play an instrument very well, but you are not doing it for Bhagavan, waste. You can speak very well, orator, but you are not talking about Bhagavan, waste. That skill, talent is of what use? No, Vedji, worldly use. Udarabaranam. That will happen, of course. The rasa will be there, joy will be there in that also. But the main joy will come when you speak of God. So the poetry that Tulsidas Ji is creating, he says that also should create auspiciousness, which will be beneficial to all people. Not just remaining as, oh, nice poetry, very good, chalo. No, it should create that auspiciousness in their life. That auspiciousness also is brought by Ganesh Ji and Saraswati Ji, and therefore I am prostrating to them. See how beautifully he puts everything together. That they are not just creators of all the aspects that are required in poetry, but that aspect should also have an aspect of auspiciousness. Mangalanam chakartaro vande vani vinaya. Okay? See if all words are clear. Varnanam, arthasanghanam, rasanam, chandasam, mangalanam chakartaro vani vinayako vande. And it also starts with letter V. V is considered to be Amrita Bijakshara. V is considered to be Amrita Bijakshara. Okay, and therefore, interestingly, Ramacharitmanas starts also with V, ends also with V. The last word will be Manavaha. V only will be there as the last consonant also, and the first consonant he is starting also is with V. So with that, Tulsidas Ji starts. First prostrations to Ganesha and Saraswati. Second who? Second is mother and father. Which mother? Bhavani Shankarau Vande.
Bhavani Shankarau Vande.
Shraddha Vishwasarupinau.
Shraddha Vishwasarupinau.
Yabhyam vina na pashyanti.
Yabhyam vina na pashyanti.
Siddha swantastham
Siddha swantastham.
Bhavani Shankarau Vande. Shraddha Vishwasarupinau. Yabhyam vina na pashyanti. Siddha Swantastham. Second what he says, Bhavani Shankarau Vande. Vande, I salute. I salute to whom? Bhavani and Shankara. Parvati and Shivji. Bhavani, Bhavasya Patni. Bhavani and Shankara. Shamkaroti iti Shankaraha. To Parvati and Shivji, I now salute. Who are how? Shraddha Vishwasa Rupino. Who are the embodiments of Shraddha and Vishwasa. Okay. I am going to keep Shraddha and Vishwasa as Shraddha and Vishwasa. Okay. I am not translating it into English. I will tell you why. Bhavani Shankaro Vande, I salute to Parvati ji and Shivji, who are embodiments of Shraddha and Vishwasa. Yabhyam vina, without whom Siddhaha na pashyanti. Siddhaha, the accomplished seers also, seekers also cannot see. What? Swantastham Ishwaram. Swantastham Ishwaram. God Ishwara, who is present in their own heart, they will not see without them. The great seers, seekers, accomplished people also will not be able to experience, realize God in them, the self, Supreme Brahman in them, without whom? Without whom? Without those two. Who? Shraddha and Vishwasa Rupi Bhavani Shankara. Okay. So he starts. Now you see, he is calling Parvati ji and Shivji as Shraddha and Vishwasa. And often people ask this question, what is the difference between Shraddha and Vishwasa? I remember once I was with Pujya Guruji and somebody asked, Guruji, what do you think? Because Shraddha, faith, Vishwasa, belief. This is the general way they translate. And then there are many people who will say Shraddha needs certain kind of intellectual aspect also. Belief only needs certain kind of emotional aspect. Various people have different kinds of opinions on Shraddha and Vishwasa. So somebody asked Guruji, what is the difference between Shraddha and Vishwasa? He said, Shraddha is a Strilingi Shabda and Vishwasa is a Pullingi Shabda. That is the only difference. There is no other difference between Shraddha and Vishwasa when it comes to Vedanta, when it comes to Bhakti Shastra. No, but if there are two words, there should be some. He says, no, there is no difference. I'll tell you why. Why? You see, Bhavani Shankaro Vande. You are asking the question, what is the difference between Shiva and Parvati? Kahiyata bhinna na bhinna, Tulsidas Ji will say. If you say they are different, but actually they are not different. The only difference is one is in female form, another is in male form. That's it. And that's why he says, Bhavani Shankara Vande Shraddha Vishwasa Rupino. So whether you call it Shraddha, whether you call it Vishwas, it is one and the same. Yabhyam Vina, you can say without both of them, but actually without faith. Swantastham Ishwaram Napashyanti Siddhaha. Without faith, you cannot realize the self. Bhagavad Gita says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Isn't it? Only a person who has faith will gain knowledge. We see other place. Adnyascha ashraddhadhanascha samshayatma vinashyati. Bhagavan says in 4th chapter that if a person is not having faith, samshayatma keeps on doubting, will disappear, will be destroyed. That is how faith is kept. Earlier also we have seen in Vivek Chudamani. Isn't it? When he is giving the definition of faith, that's the only place he says, Yaya vastu upalabhyate. Sa shraddha karita sadbhi yaya vastu upalabhyate. That is called as faith by which you can attain that supreme self. So, importance of faith is very much there. See, without faith, even Jnana Yoga Shravana is not possible, Bhakti Yoga Shravana is not possible. You will not even believe in anything. How will you realize? You will not believe in the words of the Guru, you will not believe in the words of the scriptures, you will not believe in anything that anybody else is telling, you will only believe in your eyes and ears. That will not take you anywhere. Imagine if I go to study physics and I say that they say there was some person called as Newton and he came up with the law of gravitation, but I do not believe in him. See, very interesting. None of us asked this question in physics class. Did we ask? Did we ask? When in physics class they were teaching, did you raise your hand? What is the proof that Newton existed? Did we ever ask this question? What is the proof Newton came up with law of gravitation? We never asked this question. I always say, isn't it not possible that Newton's neighbor was a very clever person? He came up with the law of gravitation, Newton just stole it and published it. Possible or not possible? I am not saying he did. I am not saying he did. Newton was a great mind, I don't have doubt, but I am saying this is possible. Did we ever ask this question? Why? Because it is science class. The moment it comes to spirituality, the moment it comes to religion, we start asking, what is the proof Sri Rama existed? The proof that Sri Rama existed is that you are asking this question. That is the proof. Fact. Without him, we would not have been here. What is the proof? Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya was born here. No proof. Go. A waste of time in trying to prove something existed and somebody was there and historicity and this and that. You will see how many people waste their entire life trying to prove about all these things. What is the proof Sri Krishna told this knowledge to Arjuna? No, Vedavyas was getting bored. So he decided that let me write 1 lakh verses just like that. Will he do like that? And the same person who has written so many Puranas, will he call this as Itihasa if it was not true? Common sense you use now sometimes. But no, I want everything proof. Then this knowledge is not for you. Forget about this knowledge, then any knowledge is not for you. If you do not believe in Newton, go and sit under apple tree. First of all, you will have to find apple tree. In Kerala, you won't get apple tree. Go to Kashmir. Apple trees are there. Go and sit. Keep looking. When the apple falls, you yourself should come to that 9.8 meter per second square. Many people make fun of Newton saying that, oh, this simple thing Newton was not great because he understood that things are falling down. He came up with the acceleration with which it falls down. He told that it depends on the mass. So, because you don't believe, go. Do the whole thing. Then go to some place where there is a bathtub, fill it with water, jump into it, water will fall out, then start shouting, Eureka, 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 go. Then name that principle as your name. No, don't say Archimedes principle. Start with Veda's principle of displacement of water. Do. Simple thing is, whatever previous people have discovered, you learn. And then you research further and come up with new things. If I do not believe in anything, I cannot gain knowledge of any science, any branch of knowledge. Forget about spirituality. Faith is necessary in everything. We are sitting here so comfortably. Why? Because we have faith in the engineers who built the roof. Vedji, don't now scare us. But fact that it is not falling, it will not fall. We have faith. Isn't it? If there is no faith, we can't live. And I tell you, why Indians are great? Because they easily have faith in people. That's why they go so ahead with knowledge. I'm not making this statement just like that. Think about it. Think about it. When we were kids, we used to play around. Did our parents know with whom we are playing? What kind of neighbors we have? No, there was so much of faith. And nothing happened to us. All of us, hale and healthy, all fine, perfect. Faith. We'll go to somebody's house. They will give us to eat something. We will eat. Maybe we are so tired after playing, we will sleep there. They will just tell that he is in my room. Okay. No need of any conversation. No, Vedji, nowadays situation is, nowadays situation is different. Situation is same only. At that time also there were terrible people. Now also there are terrible people. At that time also there were good people. Now also there are good people. Question is not about what kind of people. Question is about faith. If faith is there, I can accomplish so many things. Otherwise, I can't even start with anything. I have to keep on proving every single step. That's why he says, Yabhyam vina na pashyanti siddhaha svantastam ishvara. So that is what, first after prostrating to Ganesha Ji and Saraswati Ji, then he prostrates to Bhavani Shankar. See, very famous Kalidasa's Raghuvamsham also, he starts with prostrations to Bhavani and Shankar, isn't it? Vagartha viva sampraktau, Vagartha pratipattaye, Jagatah pitarau vande Parvati Parameshwar. I prostrate to Parvati and Parameshwar over Jagatah pitarau. They are the mother and father of the universe. To them, and how he says there, you see, Vag arthau iva sampraktau. Those who are different only with respect to Vak, speech, and Artha, its meaning. So, the word and its meaning, if you think they are different, but if you think they are not different, they are one and the same. So, Kalidas also is telling the same thing, that Vak, which is Parvati Swarupini, the Vani, and the meaning of that word, which is Parameshwara Swarup. If you see there is a difference, otherwise there is one and the same. Vagarthau iva sampraktau. Why are you prostrating? Vagartha pratipattaye. So that I will gain Vak also and Artha also. And therefore I am prostrating to Parvati Parameshwara. Here Tulsidas Ji also. And as we have seen in Tulsidas Ji's Charitra, for him, Parvati and Parameshwara are like mother and father. Parvati Mata took care of him and Shivji is everything for him. He was in Kashi for so many years. He, studied there 15 years. And later on also, afterwards also he wrote so many texts there. And here also he considers him as Guru, father. Okay, so that is what, then he goes to Guru. Third verse. Vande Bodh, what tune I started with? Vande Bodhamayam, what is that now?
Vande Bodhamayam Nityam
Varnanam Artha Sangha. Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Gurum Shankara Rupinam
Gurum Shankara Rupinam
यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि
यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि
चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते
चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते
वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते. गणेश जी, Saraswati ji, Parvati, Parmeshwar, Shiv ji, Bhavani, Shankaro, and now he says Vande Bodhamayam Gurum. Vande Gurum. Now I salute to Guru. Who is how? Bodhamayam. Full of knowledge. Nityam. Always. Shankara Rupinam. Who is the Rupa of Shiva. Or you can say, either you can say Guru is Shiva Rupa. Bhagavan Shivji only is appearing as Guru. Or you say I prostrate to Shivji who is the Guru. Shankara Rupinam. Both ways. All our, earlier also we have seen Vedanta, our parampara starts only with Sadashiva Samarambham. Shankaracharya Madhyamam. So Sadashiva Samarambham. Gurave Sarva Lokanam. Vishaje Bhavaroginam. Idhaye Sarva Vidyanam. Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Dakshinamurti Bhagavan onwards, our parampara also starts. So he says, I prostrate to that Guru who is in the form of Shivji. Aha. And then he says, Yamashritaha Vakraha api Chandraha Sarvatra Vandyate. He says on this Shivji, on his Jata, there is Vakra Chandra. There is a crescent moon. Vakra actually means crooked. Two meanings are there. Shlesha is there. Crooked also one meaning. He says that Chandra is not complete. When it is complete, it is worshipped. On Purnima also it is worshipped. But the moon which is on the Jata of Shivji is crescent moon. Yet that moon is worshipped. Yam Ashritaha. Why? Because it is on Shivji. Yam Ashritaha. Vakrahapi Chandraha Sarvatra Vandyate, but it is saluted, it is worshipped everywhere. When you go in Shivji's temple and when you are prostrating to Bhagavan Shivji, you are also prostrating to that Chandra. You cannot say Chandra, go out only to Shivji. No. But Veji, what is so special? Tulsidas Ji says, Guru is Shankara Rupi. Who am I? He says, I am that Vakra Chandra. The student, he says, is that Vakra Chandra, crooked. Why? He's got so many faults, so many shortcomings. Nothing is perfect. But because I am associated with my Guru, I am getting salutations. Just as that Vakra Chandra who is associated with Shivji is getting salutations, I am also like that. Yamashritaha Vakrahapi Chandraha Sarvatra Vandyate. That is the bhava of Shishya towards Guru. That I didn't know anything. I was like this only. Obad dhobad. Marathi, very interesting word is there. Obad dhobad means no shape, no form. Very harsh, very unmade, uncooked. But because of my Guru, because of association with Guru, everything we get. See, this bhava, this feeling should always be there. That wherever we go, we get lot of respect, people start to prostrate, and all these things will happen. We should remember that salutation, prostration, that respect is not for us. It's for our Guru. We wear these clothes, yellow clothes, orange clothes, and therefore the moment anybody sees, they will come and prostrate. We should remember that the prostration is to the cloth, not to me. Why? Because this cloth was worn by great people of the past. And therefore, the salutation, the respect is to them. Earlier also I told you, wherever you go and you say you are from Chinmaya Mission, they will suddenly start to give respect. Oh, you are from, please come. As though Gurudev is walking. We should understand that respect is to him. We are Vakra Chandra only. We don't deserve all these things. But because we are associated with him, we are getting all this respect. So, moment somebody prostrates, you close your eyes and forward the prostrations to him. Why? It is his. It should be given to him. It doesn't belong to us. We should not take something which is not ours. This is his. That's why Tulsidas Ji says that I may get certain respect, and name, fame because of this poetry, because of this katha that I am going to tell, but that is all my Guru's grace, and that Guru is Shivji. He will say also, this Ramacharitra was first given by Shivji. He is the Parampara Guru of Tulsidas Ji also, for Ramakatha also. And therefore, prostrations unto him. Yamashritaha vakraha api chandraha sarvatra vantyate. Okay? Then what? We will see tomorrow. Next class we will see. Okay. Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti Veeramaruti Ati Dhiramaruti Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti Gambhira Maruti Gambhira Maruti Syavar Ramachandra ki Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki Umapati Mahadeva ki Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om